I started playing guitar when I was 14. My parents bought me a little $100 electric guitar starter kit, Starcaster. I still have the guitar actually. There's this guitar right here. This is what I first started learning on. I just started by learning the chords first. And I thought that the way to learn guitar was to just basically start playing other people's songs, and then all of a sudden you would know what you're doing. But as you can imagine, it did not work out that easily. I started getting the chords down, but I was never really that great at it. So I always had that like doubt in my mind of, okay, well, this will never actually be a thing that I could do. It's just going to be something that I pick up every once in a while. It'd be really cool to be what I know now as a campfire guitarist. After some time, I started getting the hang of it, and like chords, they weren't easy, but they're easier where I could transition between them. I started being able to pick up like chords. And so say a song was like C, D, G. I was like, I know how to play those chords. So I felt like I knew what I was doing and that I was like actually kind of like the campfire guitarist I was shooting for. Then my confidence started going up, and then I learned about tabs. I was like, oh man, these things literally just tell you exactly where to put your fingers. This is so easy. It is not that easy in the sense of, yes, you look at the paper and it says 5, 2, 9, 3, whatever, and that's where you're putting them. But the mechanics are a lot harder, trying to keep up, trying to remember it. Like it is a lot tougher than I thought. So I didn't really give up, but I learned some like basic songs, like at the beginning to One by Metallica, for example, but like just the beginning, not like the intro solo. But even then, it was just constant. I would be plucking the strings and it would just not sound great. You know, it'd just go kink, kink. So I eventually kind of gave up. I never like fully gave up. Like I'm never doing this again. I just played less and less until eventually I hadn't touched a guitar in years. So that was between like 14 to 16. I didn't play a whole lot after 16, I feel like. But then I joined the military when I was 19, got to my first school, and I was like, you know what would be a really cool hobby to pick up? Because I had a bunch, not like a bunch of free time, but like I was in a new environment. I didn't really know anyone and all that stuff. So I spent a lot of time in my room. And I was like, it'd be cool to pick up the guitar again. So I bought a little acoustic guitar and I started playing chords again. It was basically the same story as when I first got guitar. I basically had to relearn everything because it'd been a couple years since I'd played it. It didn't take quite as long to get to the campfire guitarist part, but it did still take a while. And then I went back once I kind of got comfortable with the chords again. We'll say it took like a month of playing every once in a while. I started learning tabs again, and same stories before. It felt okay, but I was never good enough to feel like it was something I could do. So every once in a while I'd pick it up and play around. Basically, I just accepted that I was never going to be great at guitar, but I still enjoyed picking it up, so it was okay. It was worth it to me. Throughout my military career, same story. Pick up every once in a while because I knew I liked it. Like I've always known that I've liked the guitar. I always doubted myself, I think is the big thing, to where I knew I was never going to be, I knew that I was never going to be good enough at guitar to like spend the time practicing it. And so I just kind of accepted it and let it be. And that was the story basically of me and guitar from 14 to 29 years old. But recently, just over a year ago, I got back in contact with my cousin, and him and I always connected with guitar growing up because he's really good. He's a great musician. He knows a lot more than me. And so we were talking. I was like, I always wanted to get into guitar. Like I know we talked about it, but like I've never been good, and I never felt like I was going to be good. What can I do to get started? And I told him one thing I really liked was the basically electric guitar covers of songs, where it's like the electric guitar is the voice. I really like those songs. I think they're fun. I want to be able to play them. That's what I told him. He said, start looking into scales. If you don't know what a scale is, it's basically just different patterns throughout the neck that sound good in different keys. Basic way of explaining it. So he said, learn the A minor pentatonic scale first. I had no idea what that was, but I trusted him. I was like, okay, I'm going to learn this and let's just see what happens. It started off very slow. My fingers felt like I had just met them for the first time in my life. Going just from this finger to this finger felt like it was so much work to do. But I told myself, because this is when I started getting to that point where I'm like, no, I think I can do anything. I just need to put the practice in and take the time. And so I told myself, I'm going to put the time in. No matter how long it takes, I'm just going to slowly practice. Every day, I'm going to work on the pentatonic scale. After about a month, I started getting the hang of it. I was going up and down the neck fairly quickly. Not super fast, but quick for me. That kind of showed me, it's like, hold up. Like, I never thought that I'd be this comfortable just going kind of up and down. Again, not fast, but smooth and consistent. So then I'm like, hey, I think I got the hang of the pentatonic scales. What's next? He said, learn the full scale now. So simple upgrade. Instead of just 2, it's 3 per string. So that was kind of the next step into me figuring out that this is a possibility. It was also kind of the first time I was like, I love the guitar. I don't know exactly why. I can't fully explain it, but I just know that I really love this instrument. It's become a passion over the past year or so, but I started getting pretty good. And again, I've only been playing seriously for about a year now, but it's been coming together. One thing also, when my cousin and I first got in contact, he took me to a local guitar shop, and that's where I got my first real guitar, you know, not an off-brand or something. This is really nice on my Holloway Banyas. I love this thing. It sounds and feels so great. It looks great too. But that's the guitar that I'd been practicing on. And even then, I remember when I first started playing well, you know, within the last year, I was like, man, it'd be really cool to one day make a guitar. At the same time, because I was getting into woodworking, so obviously one of my first thoughts was build a guitar. I doubted every bit of myself. I can't do it, you know? I cannot, will not, never will be able to make a guitar. But the crazy thing about that statement is I'm just finishing up the stringing of the guitar that I built. Not the neck. I didn't build the neck, but I did build the body, and I did all the wiring and everything on the inside. I played it on camera, and I couldn't get the audio to sound good. Eventually, I'll play it so you know it works with the amp. But it's just crazy. I mean, like, looking back, this moment is, in a sense, is like 16, 17 years in the making. I was 14 when I got my first guitar, and I'm 31 now, and I just finished building my first guitar. I never thought I was going to be good at guitar, and I'm not bad at guitar. I never thought I'd be able to make a guitar and look in front of me. So, if you ever doubted yourself and felt like you couldn't do it, know that I felt the same way. And now I know that this doesn't sound the best because I have a couple parts still coming to fix that part. But I am pretty proud of myself. And I think that you should do things that make you proud of yourself too. Because the feeling behind it is pretty incredible. This is the first of many guitars that I will build.